Toby Morrison, congratulations on the new book.
Thank you.
How's it feel?
Feels great. Feels actually better than I was expecting it. It was a really hard book to write. Like, it took me 3.5 years to fully flesh it out and to be extremely happy with it. I read it for the first time from start to finish last week, and I had this weird moment where I was like, this is a really good book. Like, it just felt really good. It's clean, it's calm. I feel calm when I read it, and I'm not a reader. Like, I find it hard to read, and so it's weird reading my own book because I almost feel like I didn't write it, which is an odd feeling. But I'm like, wow, this is really, really solid, and so it just feels super, super nice.
So I'm interested, you're over 16 and a half years into CFS Health, helping people with chronic fatigue. What inspired you to put the book together now?
I wrote my first book 13 years ago, and it was kind of like a recovery guide, more my story. It was more of an inspiration book, like a hope book, like to give people hope. And you know, I was 24 years old. Like, back then I'd only probably helped 500 people by that point. Now we've helped thousands and thousands of people in 78 countries. And probably 3.5, 4 years ago, I just woke up one day and I was like, it's time. Like, it's time to write this book for the people. Like, and I just feel like right now there's nothing in the marketplace or in the world that has a practical book for people for recovery. Like, there's a lot of hypey books out there, like marketing books to try and get them to join their program. And for me, I just felt like the world needs a solid practical book where they can have it in their hands and apply the information and ultimately get their life back. And I didn't know it was going to take this long. I didn't know how much of a feat it was going to be. Like, in my mind, it was like, oh, it's easy. I've written one book, I'll write a second one. But I guess because my intention was very, very pure, every word has been considered in this book. Which I've never done before. I'm not a detailed person, so you know, it was a tough one to do.
One thing I loved, because I was fortunate enough to get a copy and read the book over the last few days, and you've done so much free content, YouTube, social media. You know, there's so many resources that you've created. But one thing I loved about the book is I was actually at the airport when I was reading it, and I was just realizing how nice it was to be in my own time, to have the book. And like you said before, it was, you found it calming, and that's the word that I would have described it as well. It was just almost relaxing just to sit there and read. So I really loved that. Did you think about anything to create that sort of calm feeling of the book, or is that just sort of how it came out?
I think it's because everything's been considered.
Like,
and I wasn't rushing the book. I think that's the other thing. Like, it's not a rush. Like, I need to get this out. So, again, people join the program, or, you know, it's a marketing tool. It's like, it was just the intention was very, very pure of like, this needs to be a solid book that will be in the world for a very long time, and that anyone reads it is going to go, wow, I can go and implement this stuff right away. When I wrote it, I was very measured and calm. Like, as I was writing it, like, because I wasn't rushed, it was very intentional. You know, like, I went away for 2 weeks and rewrote the whole book. So I wrote it once, I thought it was good, I read it, I didn't like it, and so I started from scratch again. And you remember this, like, I went to Philippines for 2 weeks, and I sat there and I rewrote every single chapter, well, the start of everything, and then I rebuilt it completely. And so for me, it makes sense that it feels this way now because of the intention and the calmness and approach that I had towards it.
Something that I find with a lot of personal development books, health and wellness, you know, motivational books, these kinds of things, is they can be kind of exciting to read and kind of hype you up, but they don't have a lot of practical things to kind of take away, and that's kind of where they fall down a little bit. You're left with like, oh,
exactly,
like, cool, like, it's a great book, but like, it sort of dissipates. One thing I loved is how you blended the story, but then also there was some real practical frameworks, some practical ways of thinking about different things, the color zones, and there was some things you could really use straight away. Did you, when you thought about it and when you created the book, were you were you thinking that, or did it just sort of come out and evolve, or how did you mix that story and sort of keeping us engaged with those frameworks and the practical side?
I wanted to do two things. So obviously I know the process of recovery. We help people every single day get better. Like that's our job, is to help people help themselves get better. So I know the step-by-step process. So I wanted to put that in the book. But what I also wanted to do was give visuals and models to understand the process from a I guess a worldly view, but then to tie it in, I felt like every model, every process needed a real story of someone implementing that and getting a result. And so in every single chapter, there's a story about one of my clients that I worked with over the years who implemented the thing that I'm teaching in that chapter and then getting the result that they wanted. And to demonstrate the power of real stories in real time. So the reader can go, oh my God, wow, okay, that makes more sense.
Yeah.
You know, like combining the two.
Yeah. And you went way back into your story when you went through chronic fatigue syndrome.
Yeah, and I showed that. And like for me, I've been doing this work for so long, but what I forget is that, you know, I've been dedicating myself for almost the last 2 decades.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's a long time. And so for me, my story feels boring because I've shared it so many times over the years. And so in my mind, my story is kind of irrelevant. But what I forget is that hundreds of thousands of people are finding us every single year, new people that don't know my story.
Yeah.
And so I actually went deeper in this book than I did my first book about my story. I share some crazy stories about what I tried, like, you know, the crazy wacky doctor that made me hum happy birthday. And there's some funny stories, the McDonald's story about the diet, you know, like people are going to laugh and cry in this book because, and I find myself, when I'm reading, I'm laughing. I'm going, oh my God, like it's so relatable.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's just something that I think everyone will just relate to and go, oh my God, that's what I'm going through.
That's what I'm at right now. Yeah, when you share it, it gives them inspiration. I don't know if I can talk about this because it might be a surprise to the people when they get it, but do you want to talk about some, like there's lots of the QR codes?
Yes.
So there's lots of cool stuff, little rabbit holes and things to go down.
Good rabbit holes.
Yeah. Do you want to share?
Yeah, for sure. Or? So in every single chapter, at the end of every chapter, there's a takeaway section where we give the key takeaways from the chapter written. But then at the bottom of the takeaways, there's a QR code that you can scan with your phone, and then that will take you to the specific training, a free training or a resource specific to the chapter topic that I'm talking about, to help you deeper understand that process.
Yeah.
Inspiration, hope, frameworks, like every single chapter's got QR codes.
Because some chapters are going to resonate with someone more than others.
Exactly.
So they can start, go deeper down that, explore it a bit more.
You know, like for one of them is about inspiration and hope. And so, you know, we've got scan here to watch a bunch of success stories from people of all walks of life who have integrated back into life. So that was on the lifestyle integration chapter. The loved ones chapter is really powerful because we give them videos to send to their loved ones so the loved ones can understand them better. So like, as I say, there's like no stone unturned in this book.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
Okay, final question. What was the hardest part about putting the book together and finishing it? Because it's a massive achievement. Like, what was the most biggest challenge for you?
I think perseverance. Like it would have been easy to, well, not really, because there were so many times where I could have been like, it's good enough. Like just publish it, just like get it out to the world. You got to remember, like we're running a program in 78 countries at the same time as me writing this book. It's not like I'm just fully writing the book. I think perseverance, like the last 6 months of, God, like I worked so hard of just like detail and getting rid of stuff that wasn't relevant or fluffy, or talking to the editor and saying, no, I want it like this. This has to look like this. It has to feel like this. I remember re-editing it for like the 5th time here on my headquarters on my desk. And it was funny. It was a day where none of the team were here. It was their day off. And it was the last word. And I just like, I'm getting emotional, but like, I just remember finally just finishing that last word of this book and just being like, it's done. Like it's for and it was just for the people. Like, and I remember just screaming of just celebration, just like I'm so excited for these people to get this book in their hands.
Yeah.
It just feels so different. The first book that I wrote was all about me. It was about, Toby Morrison, like, I've changed my life. Like, look at me, look how amazing I am. Look how I've helped all these people, blah, 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 blah. Like, it was like the hero's journey. Whereas this one is zero about me. Like, yes, my story's in there, but this book was really, really written for the people. It was only yesterday we had to write the dedication for the book.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's not for my family, it's not for me, it's not for my friends, it's literally for anybody who is suffering from chronic fatigue syndrome, because this book was written for you.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's just a very calming, energizing book, and that's what I'm most proud of. Like, when I hold it, when I walk with it, when I read it, when I reread it, I'm just like, there's an energy that it gives you.
Yeah.
It's very strange. I never expected this part.
Yeah.
And I'm just most excited about everyone feeling that when they get this book in their hands.
Yeah. Yeah. Calming, energizing, I think inspiring as well.
Yeah.
So we've got hard copy or soft cover physical book.
Yep, paperback.
What else have you got coming?
We'll have ebook, we'll have Audible as well. So everything will be available.
Yeah.
If you're watching this before the book launch, there's a wait list right now. There's thousands of people on it. So you can just go to cfshealth.com/waitlist.
Yeah.
If you're watching this on social media, just comment the word book and it'll pop up. And by now the book might be live too. And so again, if you comment the word book or even click on the cfshealth.com/waitlist page, that'll take you straight to the book as well.
Yeah. And then key question, the audiobook, is it read by you?
100%. Yeah, it's going to be read. It's fully read by me. I want to do it.
Yeah. Personally, nothing worse than you get the audiobook and it's some random. Like
Yeah,
it's not the person
no. It'll be read by myself, because I just love this book and I want to read it to the people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thanks for sharing. Thanks for writing it.
My pleasure. Well, it wasn't for you, it was for them.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Pumped.
Cool. All right.